Hello, North Country soccer fans, and welcome to the George Brendler Field here in Chazy for this much-anticipated matchup between the Lions of Etown-Lewis and the Eagles of Chazy. It's October 4th, 2013. I'm Joey Trombley. On the camera himself is the founding father, Calvin Castine, and we are at the George Brendler Field, and the fan base is coming in here from both teams, and it's a big night of soccer here in Chazy, and whenever these two teams get together, a lot of things can happen. They're usually good games, and one thing I do know is the Lions love coming here to George Brendler Field to play Chazy, and it's Friday night lights here. It's a Friday night, and they love coming here for many reasons. They love the field. They love the atmosphere. They love the idea there's a press box up here. The game's being recorded with Calvin and myself. The fan base that shows up, and you got Mickey Fries going on. So, I mean, it's just a big event here for both of these teams. And right now it is the Lions. Now, Chazy went down to the Lions' Den about 2 weeks ago, and they won that game. If my memory serves me right, it was 4-0. And it is Trent Blaze is back coming off the head of the defense. So he'll work his way to the 18. And in some years where Chazy is maybe a little more dominant than Elizabethtown-Lewis, it always seems to even out here in the George Brendler Field because the Lions normally bring their A-game plus here to the George Brendler Field. And right now with the ball, it is Joseph Dedham. And I actually talked to that young man a couple nights ago. They had college night at Plattsburgh State, and he was in uniform. And I asked him how he did, and they said that they came back and beat Willsboro 2-1 in overtime, I think, and he was really looking forward to coming down here to play the Eagles, and he had mentioned that they have a lot of respect for this program, and then I said vice versa, Chazy has a ton of respect for your program, and Coach Bueller does a wonderful job down there with these young men, as well as obviously Coach McCullough here for Chazy. So it's on the far side, and Chazy trying to control it into the our defensive end, or their offensive zone, the defensive zone here for the Lions, and it is out on the far sidelines. It'll be a throw-in. Dorn will give it up over to O'Connor. Keegan O'Connor with the throw-in. Nice throw-in, trying to get to Hicks, and it's headed by number 2, Hugh Harwood. And now number 15 for Chazy is Alex Rabidou, and he's coming into his own here the last few games, has turned into a real nice offensive threat, and it's nice to see Rabidou step up like that because they lost Derek Drake to an injury earlier this year, and who's out for the season. So it's nice to see Rabidou picking up the pace there offensively here for the Eagles, and that's just banged out of bounds by Wesley Whalen. So it'll be a throw-in for Chazy. But Calvin, in all the years we've been doing games here, there have been 3 very close, entertaining games this week here on the George Brendler Field, and you've been here for a couple of them, I think, or maybe all of them.
I wasn't here for the Chazy NAC girls game. That was the 0-0 overtime. I don't mind missing 0-0 overtimes.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a very interesting game.
3-3 overtimes are more interesting to me than 0-0 overtimes.
The boys won a tough one against Northern Adirondack, the Bobcats, 1-0. The girls, as Calvin said, tied NAC 0-0. And last night was a pretty magical night here at the George Brendler Field. The Lady Eagles were taking on the Knights of Seton Catholic, and Seton Catholic in the first 20 minutes went ahead 2-0 and had Chazy on their heels, and Chazy just kept battling. Those young ladies came back, and they won the game 3-2, and it was kind of neat here on the George Brendler Field. There's been a lot of big moments since this field has opened, and there always seems that the good teams, they seem to find a way to win. And I think back of these two teams, going back probably 4 years ago, it was playoff soccer. It was actually sectional playoffs. It was the semifinals right here in the George Brendler Field, and Chazy had outplayed Elizabethtown that night, but Elizabethtown came to play. They were challenging everything. The shots on net were 35-10 Chazy. You wouldn't have guessed that watching the game. And it was the Lions were leading 1-0 with less than a minute to go. It looked like Chazy was going to get upset, not in the sectional championship, but the semifinals. And it was Brandon Lauren, and actually it was a feed from Jordan Barrier, probably one of the all-time greats to wear the green and white for Chazy, sent the ball in, and it was Lauren as a sophomore heading the ball, redirecting it with 47 seconds left. to tie that game, to force it to overtime, and Chazy went on only to win that game. They went on to win the state championship that year. And then earlier this year, and I'm going just in recent memory, Chazy was playing Seton Catholic here on the George Brendler Field, and Seton Catholic was up 1-0, and it was a Tedford bicycle kick at the 18 that gave them the 1-0 lead, and Chazy just could not crack their goalie. And with 28 seconds left, number 3 right here, Zach Brothers ripped a shot with 28 seconds left. Another very memorable goal here on the George Brendler Field to tie that game. And the game ended in a tie, but Chazy ended up not losing that game. And then last night it was the great comeback by the Lady Eagles. And when you get teams like Chazy with state championships under their belt, they seem to dig down. They seem to have the heart of a champion. They just do not want to lose. They never give up. And we'll see what happens here tonight. But it should be an exciting game, Calvin.
Let's hope so. It's a very pleasant evening, a little cooler than it has been, but still very pleasant for October. And fans are still coming in, so I think we're going to have a good crowd, and they're coming here expecting a good ball game. And
I think they'll see one, and it's Friday Night Lights. So I'll get to some little play-by-play here, and it's a throw in here for Chazy, and coming in is Rabideau, and I talked about him a little earlier. He's been an offensive threat for the Eagles here. And there's the throw in trying to find Brothers. Chips it out over to Gage Duquette. And it is Josh Barrier, trying to get a shot off. Trying to find now Hicks. And it's Brothers outside the box. Pushes it over, trying to find Hayden Gay. Gay fighting for the ball, and it's cleared out by Wesley Whalen, and it looked like number 19. So we are throwing for Chazy. Everybody for E-Town is back packed into that 18, and we see that a lot when the Eagles play, that a lot of teams will try that strategy. And it's pushed through. Barrier tried to get it through to the far side over to Duquette, and it's cleared out by the E-Town defense, but nobody's there offensively because they're all back in the defensive end. And quickly it is Dorn gets it up over to Rogers, over to Brothers. They're doing a nice job moving the ball, but there's 3 defenders for E-Town there. Now it's cleared out, and it goes onto the foot of Morris. Morris will go take to the far sideline, being guarded by the Eagle defense here, and it is Rabideau on the far sideline. And it is cleared out of bounds, so a throw in here for the Eagles. And quickly they're trying to find Hicks, and Brothers steps up, but it's knocked away by Morris. And actually it was number 11, it's Austin Morris. And now it's cleared up on the outside of his foot by number 6, Cortland White, controlled by the Eagles. Eagles doing a good job controlling the midfield, trying to develop some plays, but nice job by Joel Morris to go after the pass and to intercept it from Barrier. But Barrier with the ball, chips it up, and it goes on to Duquette. Duquette with the ball, working his way to the inside. Good job defensively by Caleb Denton, and again he clears it up, and actually it was Cortland White, and now it goes on to the foot of Brothers. Brothers chipping it up, gets by number 24 Brooks, but cleared out by Whalen, headed up by Keegan O'Connor, and now into the open space, controlled by Dedham. And running back there defensively is Rogers, and Rogers just drills it off the offensive player, and that came off of number 13, William Tompkins. Brothers to the open space. Over to Josh Barrett, trying to find Hayden Gay on the far side, and it goes off his chest, but controlled by the Lions. Push back, one pass, there's a second pass up over to Austin Morris. He sends it all the way up. Back there is Dorn. He's chipping it up, trying to find Rabideau. Rabideau goes high, gets it in the air, but it's knocked back by Brooks and controlled by Barrier over to Gay. Hayden Gay with the ball. Now comes to the center of the field to find Brothers. Brothers gets by one player. Brothers and Dedham batting for the ball, and it's cleared out by the defense. Goes off of Keegan O'Connor, and it's chipped up by number 9, Joel Morris. Cleared up by the defense, one time over to Gay. And Hugh Harwood sends it up to the far side over to Joel Morris. And here come the Lions. And a nice play by Barrier coming from behind to get that ball back. And it is Rabideau heading up over to Hayden Gay sends up a big shot, and there's the kick by Zach Noka Bailey, clears it out. So a quick throw in here by Hayden Gay, and it's cleared out by Morris, and that's Austin Morris. So another throw in here for Chazy. We have played 10 minutes here into this first half. We have no score, no shots on nets. It's just nothing but zeros on that scoreboard at this point. A lot of midfield play. There's the wall of the defense of Elizabethtown, headed up by Lapeer, but it goes back into the defensive zone of the Eagles. O'Connor is there. He chips it up, trying to find Hicks, and it's controlled by number 24, Brooks, and taken away by Brothers, and now by Barrier. To the near side over to Gay, or Gage Duquette. Duquette working his way down, but some nice speed by Cortland White. He takes down Duquette, so here's a kick here for the Eagles.
Kick it more to the middle.
Hayden Gay will go over to take the kick here.
Actually, kick it all the way. You're good, Spence. You're good. You're good. Zach, you gotta get this out of the air, kid.
There's a nice feed. No, not too nice. It went off the over the end line. So coming into the game is Damian Gay, number 5, and Colden Blades for the Lions. Coming out is number 14, Joseph Dedham, and number 11, Austin Morris. So the starting goalkeeper here tonight is Justin Lapeer for the Lions. And Brothers heads it up, trying to find Hicks, and it's cleared out here back to the defensive end. Back there is Rogers, gets it up over to Doran. Doran chipping it up off the head of Gay, who just checked into the game. And Rabideau going after it. Rabideau battling for the ball. Tough young man out there for the Eagles. Goes back up over to Lapeer. He switches fields to the far side over to O'Connor. O'Connor working his way up. Gets it up over to Hayden Gay. Gay trying to find Hicks. Hicks trying to split that defense. And it is Hicks. And it goes off of the defense of Elizabethtown. So it's the first corner kick of the game here for the Eagles. Hayden Gay on the far side will take the corner kick here for Chazy. 27-26 to go. We have no score. There's a nice feed this time. Over the head by Lapeer, and Lapeer heads it wide of the net. But a good job in the air for Lapeer to get his head on the ball. But we have a goal kick here for the Lions. And Calvin, we've had a nice night every night this week for a game.
Yep.
Eyes open, finish it.
I'm sure we'll run into some nasty weather, but they can't take the good ones away from us.
They cannot take the good games, and you're right, the fan base has filled in here pretty good. And there's the goal kick, and Barrier trying to chip it up over to Hicks. And a good job defensively from Trevor Brooks. Sends it up over to the feet of Damian Gay. Gay pushes it back. Nice play. Trying to get a running William Tompkins on the far sideline. Lapier's back there. And now here comes White. White gets a shot off. And nice play. Good transition. Good transition by the Lions here. But Trent Blaze was there to cover the line well for the Eagles. Ball chip back, headed back, goes on to Lapeer. He switches fields up over to O'Connor, gets it up over to Gay. Gay sends it up to the center, and O'Connor will now chip it back up, and it is Rabideau working his way there, and it's cleared out by Zach Noka Bailey and Barrier.
No shot, Hugh, no shot.
And you got 4 defensive players back there for the Lions, and the Eagles are going to have to contend with this all night long. It looks like that's the game plan for the Lions, is to play defense and get that transition game going when they can, and they just had one just here the last 30 seconds. So with 25-38 to go, it's another corner kick here, and it's Hayden Gay taking the corner kick here for the Eagles. He's taken all the kicks here so far in the first half. Sends it in. Rabideau goes up in the air. And it is Hicks called for obstruction.
Well done, Justin.
So the call favors the Lions of Elizabethtown-Lewis.
Who are those officials out there, Joey?
Well, we have on the near sideline, we have Denny Labarge, and on the far side, it looks like resident Todd Lambert. He's been, I think, at every game this week here for the boys and girls.
He comes for the fries and stays for the game.
That's what, yeah, exactly. He comes for the fries, and they figure there's a soccer game, so he'll hang around. And Gage Duquette gets it up over to Rabideau. Rabideau chipping it up to the far side. Duquette trying to keep it in. Duquette does keep it in, pushes it back over to Rogers. Rogers trying to go to the center of the field, and it's cleared out here. And nice play by Dorn over to Rabideau, or to Lapeer, over to Brothers, but intercepted by Morris. Morris has it taken away by Barrier, over to Rabideau. Rabideau has it knocked away, Barrier's there. Sends it up over to Rabideau. Pushing up over to Hicks, but there's lineup defensive players for the Lions there. And it's cleared out by Brooks. Dorn heads it up over to Rogers. Rogers does a nice job to control the ball. Now over to Brothers. Brothers sends it back up over to Dorn. Far side up over to O'Connor. Keegan O'Connor will work his way down. Over to Brothers. Brothers trying to survey the situation. Goes far side over to Hayden Gay. Gay will look to serve that if he can turn around and get his foot on it. But a good defensive pressure here by the Lions. And he rips it off the defense and sends it back. And again, it goes off the defense. And O'Connor chips it up high in the air. Goalie's out of his net. And he knocks it out. And Rogers trying to get that shot off, but just couldn't control it. And it'll work its way off the end line. But the goalie came off, and he won that battle with 23:16 to go. And we have Joseph Dedham into the game. And coming out of the game is Colden Blades. So we 23:02 here in the first half. We do not have a score. The shots on net favor the Lions of Elizabethtown-Lewis 1-0. Corner kicks favor Chazy 2-0. Brothers heading it up, and it goes off the head of the defense, number 2, Hugh Harwood. Brothers trying to find Duquette, but too far ahead of him. And coming back into the game is Austin Morris.
Damien, you're over here. Short. Nick! No sideline. Stay behind us.
And there's the throw-in, and it goes out of bounds. Rogers goes off the head of Dedham. So another throw in here. It is Rabideau.
Nothing behind you, Get close on him.
Rabideau, big throw in just outside the 18 off the head of Morris. And it's just cleared out one time on a big booming kick by Joel Morris. But is O'Connor there? Chipping it back, and it goes onto the foot of Rogers. Pushes it all the way back up over to Dorn. Dorn with the ball. Has some space. Trying to find Hicks. And it's cleared up toward midfield, but Barrier's there. Barrier wins that battle, and it now goes to Rabideau, but a nice job by the defense, number 2, Hugh Harwood. He gets it on to the foot of Damien Gay. Sends it to open spot, and there goes number 14, Joseph Denham. And it goes out of bounds, so a throw in here for Chazy.
Damien, ball goes to the sweeper. We just step together as they sweep.
Brothers controlling. Setting it up, but it goes on to the foot of Cortland White. Hit by Rabideau, but then off of the head of Zach Nokabelli. Barrier chipping it up. Controlled by Rabideau. Rabideau sending it through, and it was Rabideau had 2 goals, if I'm not mistaken, against the Lions in the first game down at the Lions Den. And there's the cross by Duquette. And it's at midfield. Nice header by Dorn. Duquette over to Brothers. All the way back to Rabideau, or to Lapeer. Switches fields up to O'Connor. O'Connor with space, being guarded by Morris. And now cleared back to midfield, and Dylan Dorn's there for the Eagles. He chips it up, trying to find Duquette, but it's Joseph Dedham and Duquette, and it's taken out of bounds, so a throw in here for the Eagles. Rogers gets it up over to Brothers. Brothers with the ball, trying to split the defense. Good job by number 14, Dedham. Brothers heading it out, but Dedham's there. Chips it up. Rogers, off Rogers' head. Rogers does a good job keeping it in as he's being challenged by Damian Gay. And Brothers chipping it up. It goes off the leg of Zach Nokabale, or actually number 19, Wesley Whalen. Controlled by the Lions. Hayden Gay with the ball. Coming to the near side off the defense of the Lions. Lapierre goes up over to O'Connor. And a lot of midfield play here, Calvin. Not a lot of opportunities for either team here in the first half. And it is Brothers. 19:09 to go here in the first half. No score. A lot of midfield play. There's only been one shot on net. A lot of midfield play. And pushed up over to Duquette. Duquette gets by one defensive player, trying to send it across, and it goes off the end line.
I think midfield play can be interesting because anything can happen when it's in midfield. It can go either direction very quickly.
Well, we've been seeing it for 22 minutes. I mean, how often do you see one shot in the first half? I mean, how often do you see this far where Chazy didn't have a shot on net? And if you look, everybody from Elizabethtown's here, so their strategy is much different because down in Elizabethtown, they came out to go toe-to-toe with Chazy, and Chazy won that game 4-0, so it looks like a different strategy here at the George Brendler Field here by Coach Bueller. And one thing is for sure, if you can't get a shot on net, you aren't going to score.
Right. You know, and of course, there's no guarantee that they would meet in the playoffs, so you can't just plan for the next meeting. But if I was Coach Bueller, I wouldn't show all my cards tonight. I would learn from this, and even if I took a loss here, give up some stuff tonight, and then, you know, and maybe go 100% this way, this direction next time. You know.
I don't know, but I think every game you want to go out and win this game. I think you'll probably do what you can do to win the game. And it is a barrier. And that thing, oh, that hurt. And that was a hard shot. And it looks like number 8, Denton, I think it's 8, is down. The clock stops at the 17-minute mark. Frost. And we're back, and that was nice to see. It was actually Cortland White who was hurt on that play, but he walked off a little gingerly, but he walked off, and it looks like he should be okay, which is always nice to see, Calvin. We don't want to see any young person get hurt out there.
No, or even an old person.
Even an old person, yeah. But at our age, it's hips. we don't want to have that either. So we approach 16:46, and you've noticed this year, Calvin, if you're of course the game's here and you follow, Chazy's winning 1-0, 2-1, low-scoring games, and what you're seeing is what you're seeing right here. It's the strategy is you just pack it in, and I guess I don't know if you're going for a style loss or whatever, but you don't normally win games that way.
You got to keep it close. If Chazy's ahead 4-0 at the half, you know you're out of the game. But if you can keep it close, you're still in it. And you saw last night, Seton had a couple of breakaways.
Right.
And things can happen.
And finish, yeah. So it's a throw in here for the Eagles. But it's it's a different brand of soccer when you see this. It's what do I say? It's kind of like boring soccer. Is that a good way of calling it?
I don't know. You're not happy unless Chazy's scoring 8-10 goals a game here.
Not even necessarily that, but I mean, you have one shot in 24 minutes and 33 seconds.
Well, that's like I said, with the Chazy NAC game, 0-0 overtime. I'd rather see a 3-3 overtime than
Right.
0-0 overtime.
Right.
But if the guys are always hustling out there, and something potentially could happen, it's just as interesting as a game where they're scoring a lot.
I mean, the strategy's working because it's taking the flow out of what you usually see of the Eagles. And it is Brothers pushing up over to Rabideau, back over to Brothers. Nice little give and go. Brothers with the ball, has it knocked away, goes onto the foot of Gay. Gay sends it up, and Lapierre trying to clear it out. And it is Gay. Gay trying to get a shot off. It deflects off. And it is Denham.
Let's go. You got
Up over to Morris. Onto the foot of Gay. Cleared out by O'Connor. Rabideau chipping up over to Barrier. Barrier. Big booming kick. Running back there is Zach Noka-Bailey. And it goes off of Green throw, and coming back in from the injury is Cortland White, so it's nice to see him back into the game. And we have Drake into the game. Barrier switches fields all the way to the far side. O'Connor is there for Chazy, looking to keep it in. He does. Goes down the line trying to find Gay. Goes off the defense. Quickly Gay gets it in over to Hicks. Hicks pushes it back over to Barrier. Barrier with control will take a long shot, and it hits Rabideau. Pushes it back to Barrier. Chipping it up, and offsides. But you look back there, and there were 8 people at the 18-yard line defensively for the Lions. And of course, there's no more Dannemora School, but that goes back many decades, the Dannemora defense, as it was fondly called here in the soccer world. And we have a very nice crowd here for this Friday night game, Calvin.
Yeah.
And it is Brothers. And last night, you were, of course, at the game here with the girls. We had future soccer players of Chazy out here, the Mini Mites, or the Mites last night, which was kind of cute.
Minis last night.
Was it Mini Mites?
I think the Mites are going to be here tonight.
Oh, we have the Mites tonight? Okay. It was definitely an impressive sight.
Especially when they overlap. The groups overlap.
Yeah. They had no clue. But you know, they're all young like that, but they all have the dream of someday being on this field, playing for the green and white.
You can see a bunch of them out in the modified field out there playing right now.
Yeah, they're warming up. Little halftime show. We got 12 minutes and 17 seconds. I'm Joey Trombley along with Calvin Castine. It is the 4th of October, 2013. It's just been a gorgeous week, all week here, and we've had 4 games actually here this week on the George Brendler Field, 2 by the boys and 2 for the girls. And just been a wonderful week of soccer here. Very good games all week, actually. Every game has been a good game, just like this one is here. And it is Drake pushing it back up over to Rabideau. Rabideau looking to serve it. And it gets by Lapierre. O'Connor trying to get a shot off. And it's Hicks, and a nice play. And Hicks had a chance, but a nice play defensively by the goalie. And I want to give due there. It was number 19, Wesley Whalen, did a nice job shielding it away from Hicks. Ball pushed out, and it is Gay. Gay working his way down the sideline. It is Gay and Joel Morris battling for the ball. Morris wins that battle. And Brothers coming over to help out. And knocked away from Brothers onto O'Connor. He chips it up trying to find Gay. Controlled by number 2, Harwood. He chips it up and it'll work its way out of bounds. So a throw in here for the Eagles. It is O'Connor. He goes back over to Doran. Doran has space. Switches fields all the way up over to Drake. And it's a throw in. Sub in is number 17, Colden Blades. Coming out of the game is number 8, Caleb Denton. And Dedham with the throw-in off the head of Rogers onto the foot of Joel Morris. He kind of shanks it, picked up by Gay, and that's intercepted by Hugh Harwood. He pushes it all the way back to Colton Blades, who just checked into the game, and now it's on to the feet of Wesley Whalen. He's into the offensive zone for the Lions, trying to make something happen here, and it's kicked away by Brothers up to midfield. Brothers is there for Chazy. It is Brothers over to Barrier. Josh Barrier, Rabidou sending it through, and it goes off the end line. So we have a goal kick here for the Lions with 9:43 to go. And I got to admit, Calvin, in all the years I've done games here, I've never seen one shot. Again, I know I'm harping on that, but one shot in 30 minutes. And that favors Etown, not Chazy.
Well, you still got 10 minutes to go, so.
Yeah, we may see a shot on that yet. There's a short kick, gets by Rabidou, and it is Dedham sends it up into Chazy territory. Dorn's there. He sends it to the near sideline over to Drake. Up over to Rabidou. Pushing it back over to Barrier. It's a throw-in. He puts it down, and Rogers will take it. Off the head of Drake, and it goes out of bounds off of the feet of number 8, Denton. High throw-in. Eagles trying to keep it in. Rabidou battling for that ball. Rabidou still with the ball. Pushes it back up over to Lapeer. Switches field all the way over to O'Connor. O'Connor for Chazy. Trying to find Gay. He does. Hayden Gay will take it toward the 18, pushing it through to Brothers. Nobody there for Chazy, and it now goes to Barrier. Josh Barrier chips it up, headed out by Zach Noka-Bailey, and it is now cleared out onto the feet of Gay. Gay chipping it up, and nice play. Oh, charge on Dorn. Wow. Todd Lambert, I guess that was an interesting call.
Hey, stay home, let him search, stay home. Move central with him. Trevor.
Coach McAuliffe is not happy.
After you serve, you move to the top of the serve.
Hiding it very well.
Yes, he is. We won't put him on camera. Here's an opportunity here for the Lions, and it's Brooks. He's chipping it just outside the 18, off the head of Lapeer, up to
Right there.
Hicks, over to Rabidou, and Chazy in a transition game here.
Put him in.
Has it knocked away, and it's controlled by Rogers.
Good job, William.
Rogers over to, clear it out, and it goes on to the foot of Gay. And here come the Lions, and knocked away by Lapeer.
Keep in front of you.
And the Lions tried to keep it in, but good hustle by Tompkins over to Brothers. Chipping it up, and it's cleared out by number 24, Brooks. 6:33 to go. We have no score here at the George Brendler Field. And it is cleared out by number 8, Denton, or it was 6, Cortland White. And Hicks trying to get to the ball. Chazy trying to get into their control game here, and the ball is just kind of being booted around right now. And it is Gay with the slide tackle, and it'll be a throw in here for the Lions. We approach the 6-minute mark, no score here, and we have a substitution for the Lions. It's Caleb Denton coming into the game. And coming out of the game is 17, Colton Blades, who gave us some good minutes out there for the Lions here in the first half. And it's Rabidou over to Hicks. And there's the big booming kick by Cortland White off the head of O'Connor to Gay. Cleared out by Hugh Harwood. And the Chazy territory controlled by Rogers. Rogers up over to Brothers. Brothers trying to find Rabideau. Knocked up. Stepping up is Lapierre. Lapierre going all the way over to Gay. Gay battling for the ball. And 2 players on that win that, but nice play by Lapierre to chip it up over to Brothers. Brothers center of the field, looking to split the defense, trying to get a through ball there, but the defense is there. It's Brothers now onto the outside over to Drake, and it's knocked out of bounds. So defensively, a good job by number 6, Cortland White. 4:57 to go in the first half. No score. Shots favor E-Town 1-0. Corner kicks favor Chazy 2-0. And it is Rabideau with the throw-in. Ball headed out. Rogers taken down hard by Zach Noka-Bailey, but Rogers gets right up. And it is O'Connor sending it up. Chipped up and headed back. Nice play by Rogers all the way back over to Doran. Back over to Rogers. Now offensively, it's Rogers. Over to Drake. Drake sends the shot in, and it goalie's there. And I guess they'll call that a shot. But there was no difficulty there for Justin Lapierre as he came off his line. Lapierre heading it up to midfield. Chip back into Chazy territory. Rogers is there. Over to Hicks. Hicks has it knocked away, picked up by Rabideau. Rabideau pushes it back toward Hicks. Good battle with Hicks and Harwood. And it's won by the Lions, but stepping up is Gay. Gay knocks it up toward the 18, and it's cleared off to the sideline. And it goes off of barrier. Nice play by the Lions. Quickly the ball comes in. And it is barrier. Comes to the center of the field over to Rabideau. Rabideau sending a through ball, trying to find Gay. And it is Gay trying to battle the ball, but good job by Noka-Bailey. Picked up by barrier. Knocked away, and Brothers gets it up over to Rabideau. Over to barrier. Pushes it back to Brothers. Up over to Rabideau. Over to barrier outside the 18, trying to push it through to Hicks. Clear it out, and it is Rogers. Rogers over to Brothers. Brothers trying to get a shot off, and it's cleared out, goes over to Rogers. Rogers going to the far side and trying to get, it's sent across. Nice play by the Eagles. And what a nice shot by Hicks. And Lapierre was screened, but he stood his ground. It came right to him, and that was the first legit shot here for the Eagles with 2:14 to go, and they're tied in the shot category now 1-1. But a good effort there by the Eagles, but a good job defensively by the Lions. And it is the Eagles. O'Connor. And it is Brothers. Has it knocked away by Dedham. Lapierre trying to find barrier. He heads it up over to Hicks. Hicks with the ball to the outside over to Drake. And it goes off the defense, controlled by the Lions. Now sent up. It goes on to the Rogers. Rogers trying to find Rabideau. And it's knocked out of bounds. Yes, a throw in here for Chazy with 1:26 to go. Rogers will take the throw in. And it's Brothers back to Rogers.
Push up now.
And here comes Morris. Rabideau switches fields quickly up over to O'Connor. And O'Connor has it taken away by Gay. Going back to help out is the Eagles. It is far sideline, and it will work its way. No, it doesn't. It's now cleared toward the box. This is dangerous. And Trent Blaze comes out of the box. Number 13, Will Tompkins, was there. But a nice play by the goalie. Trent Blaze with 36 seconds to go here in the first half. It is Rabideau up over to Brothers. Nice play by Brothers, cutting in with 23 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. They got to get it to go. 17 seconds to go.
Relax,
14 seconds. Now 10 seconds. Gay chipping it up. And defensively, the Lions headed out. And there's the rip. Oh, what a rip by the Eagles. And the first half comes to an end. We have no score here in Chazy. On a tight battle, we expect nothing less here between the Lions and the Eagles with a good, solid crowd here tonight.
It is halftime, and we're going to spend 5 minutes here just showing you some faces in the crowd here. These are mites, and we've got peewees out in the field too. So all Chazy teams. So we're going to spend 5 minutes here and pass these images along to you. These are peewees. They're out here on the George Brendler Field. As Joey mentioned, it's where they hope to be when they reach varsity age. The games are going to overlap here. They should have multiple colored balls there just so each group would know what ball they're playing with. Just want to make sure we get at least try to get every kid on. We may not do it. Somebody will have their back turned, and I'm sure we're going to miss somebody, but our intent is to at least try to get these kids on here at the October 4th halftime show. Of course, they think everybody's eyes is on them. As you can see, we're not following the ball around. We're more interested in showing the kids. 2.5 minutes so far, so we're halfway through this little excursion here. One of the breaks in our recording in the first half, I mentioned to Joey how few families at the varsity level here at Chazy support hometown cable, boys and girls. This is viewer supported. It's a constant struggle for hometown cable to keep bringing you this, and part of the reason for that struggle is the fact that our viewers refuse to support us. They just think that there's a piece of steak in the middle of a pack of wolves. They just think that somebody else is picking up the tab. But we have to pay the cable company. We have to do a lot of things to be able to keep this channel going. and we need everybody's support if we're going to be able to keep doing it. So maybe we'll get better response from the Pee Wee families and the Mites families than what we're getting at the moment from the varsity families.
Ticket number is 589077. Please meet me at the snack shack to claim your prize. Thank you.
Most of these kids, of course, will never make it to the varsity, but they'll always have this experience of their youth leagues. So congratulations to the coaches and parents who keep all that stuff going and make sure these kids have something to do other than just exercise their thumbs with their digital devices. So that's it. Hometown Cable's look at the halftime show. Magnet ball going wild over here in the Mite level. The halftime show, October 4th, 2013. You're watching viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. TV we think is worth your support. We'll be back to the varsity in a moment.
Come on, Josh.
And we're ready to start the second half here at the George Brendler Field, and it was a very tight first half as far as score goes, as there's no score. And I would say Chazy probably controlled 80-20, maybe 85-15% of the midfield, but nothing came out of it. So right now it is Chazy with the throw-in. It is Rabideau who will take the throw-in here for Chazy. And Chazy's got to take advantage of these opportunities here because they're having a hard time cracking the Elizabethtown defense. And it's headed outside the box. And stepping up is Rogers. Rips the shot, and there it is. It goes high over the net. But a nice shot there by Spencer Rogers. And it will be a goal kick here for the Lions. And that was kind of cute at halftime, Calvin, seeing all those young people out there playing soccer.
If you thought it was bunched up in the middle of the field, you didn't see anything until you saw those mites over there in the far left corner.
It was funny, actually. But and last night there was a good group here too at halftime.
The minis, yeah.
The mini mites. And it is Dorn pushes it to the near side to O'Connor. O'Connor working his way down, trying to find Gay. Hayden Gay keeps it in. Nice job by Gay. Stepping up is O'Connor. O'Connor now sends it through to Barrier. Barrier in the box trying to get by three players. It does not happen, and it's cleared out by number 24, Brooks. O'Connor trying to find Gay. Gay heading it up over to Brothers. And again, there's a cluster of Etown defenders there, and it comes back out onto the feet of the Lions. It is number 13, Tompkins. Chazy will regroup. It goes back up over to Dorn on a pass from Rogers. Comes back. They switch fields. Chazy does this very well. Up to O'Connor. O'Connor with the ball. It deflects off the number 9, Joel Morris. Gay battling for the ball. And it goes out of bounds. So nice job by Hayden Gay. Throw in for the Eagles. Rabideau will come over. There's a throw in by Rabideau, headed out by Morris. Heeled back, controlled by Brothers. Clear it up. Back there is Dorn for Chazy. He's got time. Surveys the situation, chipping it up, trying to find Barrier, and it's cleared out by, I couldn't get the number. It could have been White. Number 6, Cortland White. So throw in for Chazy, far sideline. And again, Rabideau with the throw in. Hits inside the box, Brothers. And that is a handball, I think. Handball on the Lions. So penalty kick for Chazy early here in the first half. It's just one of those plays, Calvin, where you got to call it, I guess.
And I can't believe how excited Rob is. He wants to take a little chippy penalty kick here. Come on. What's the matter with him? If he wins 1-0 on a penalty kick, he'll be excited there. You know, do you believe that?
I'm not commenting. Those are the opinion of the founding father himself, Calvin Castine. There's no guarantee on this one. And there's the rip by Barrier. You know, it's one of those plays the goalie has to make they make a move, and if they get lucky, they save it. If not, it's a goal.
Yeah, we'll see now if Etown-Lewis will change their strategy.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to have...
Because now they're trailing. So.
Right, so they got to open it up, and we'll see. You would think they would open it up.
Well, maybe not early. They can keep it close, still hope for a breakaway, but when you get down to that last 15 minutes or so, then they're going to have to open it up more.
And Damian Gay coming into the game, coming out. It looks like Austin Morris coming off gingerly.
You're good. Come on, White. Long way to go. Let's go.
And it's controlled by Denton. Sends it up over to Brothers. Brothers trying to find Hicks. He hips it up trying to find Barrier, and it's cleared out by Noka Bailey.
Chazy goal, scorer number 5, Josh Barrier.
And it's pushed back up over to Dorn. Dorn sends it up to the far sideline. It is Duquette battling his way down the sideline. It goes off of Duquette, throw in for the Lions. And you can see right now, here come the Lions, and you can see Bueller clear it out. And you can see E-Town now going into an offensive mode here. Bueller's calling everybody to get up there, so he has changed the strategy, Calvin, and he did it right off. So now the defensive Chazy's going to have to get used to playing some defense.
They've been relaxing.
Yeah, they've been relaxing. And the ball is cleared up, and the tempo of the game has changed here. And it is Rabidou trying a nice play by number 15, Decker. Chipped up, and it's going back. There is Gay. Noka Bailey coming over. Ball at midfield, and it is Lapierre. Switches over, trying to find Duquette. Duquette does a good job just keeping it in play. Nice play by Tompkins. Brothers will step up, but nice play by Morris. Has it knocked away, picked up by Duquette, over to Rabidou. Rabidou sends it up over to Gay. Hayden Gay gets by one player, has it knocked away, and it's now Rabidou sends it up over to Barrier. Barrier trying to get by a couple players, goes to the far sideline. Duquette with the ball. Makes a nice play. Duquette just too far ahead of himself, and it's controlled by the defense of the Lions. And the ball comes over to the open space. And you can see the intensity of this game picking up here, Calvin.
Yeah, I think it's going to start getting physical, and refs are going to have to start blowing a few whistles on that stuff.
And it goes down to the far side, and it is a goal kick. And Noka Bailey is down.
Come on!
And there's the kick up. It is Rabidou trying to find Hicks.
And we should point out that Noka Bailey stayed in the game.
Yeah, he did, which is nice. Again, I'm sure he just had his breath knocked out of him.
But as the type of play that refs are going to have to start blowing that whistle on, and this could be a start of it right here. You just can't.
Yeah,
it's getting way too physical out there. And
we had a collision between Hicks and number 19, Whalen.
Hey, take a step 2.
It is Brooks with the kick. O'Connor heading up toward midfield. Hicks trying to play the mistake, but a good job by Brooks to big booming kick. Nice play by Rogers heading it up over to Duquette at midfield. Duquette chipping it up over to Barrier. Barrier working his way down the sideline. And it goes onto the foot of Brothers. Brothers controlling. Pushing all the way back up over to Dorn. Now to the near sideline over to O'Connor. O'Connor has some space. Up over to Brothers. Brothers doing a nice job. Gets the shot off. Brothers just over the net. And nice idea because it's been hard for the boys to penetrate the defense. So you got to throw some bombs out there.
Definitely. You can't wait to get in the 18. You got to start blasting.
Because they're trying to dribble through 3 or 4 players, and that hasn't worked well.
No.
So nice idea by Zach Brothers, just going above the crossbar. And it is Barrier. Sends it up over to Rabideau. Rabideau trying to get a shot off. It deflects off the defense into the hands of Justin Lapierre. So we have 32:08 to go here in this highly anticipated matchup tonight here on the George Brendler Field on the 4th of October 2013. The Eagles of Chazy up 1-0 on a penalty kick by Josh Barrier early into the second half. And the ball cleared up
All right, let's organize.
off the end line.
Mike, get the ball on the floor here. Come on. Q behind you, and there's a flip. There's a flip.
And
Doran.
Doran all the way over to Rogers, back over to Doran. Doran with the ball, has some space, pushes it up over to O'Connor. Over to O'Connor, back over to Barrier. Barrier tries to heel it back to Gay, and picked up by Brothers. And it goes off of number 5, Gay. Going down the line, and Barrier will look to serve this. Oh, nice play by the defense, and that was Noka Bailey coming over. So a throw in. Rabideau will take the throw, and he has a nice deep throw in here for the Eagles.
Win the first one, Hayden, get in.
And there it is. And oh wow, it was headed up by Hicks and cleared out by the defense. It looked like number 24 Brooks just saved a goal there for the Lions. So good job defensively by the Lions. Nice play by Hicks to get his head on the ball to redirect it. But the defense was there on the line playing his spot. So good defensive play by Trevor Brooks. Ball pushed to the middle of the field. Brothers has it knocked away. And here come the transition. Here come the Lions. Ball chipped up and cleared out by O'Connor. Nice job. He just calmly sent it up toward midfield. And it is Duquette on the far sideline. Trying to keep it in. He can't. So throw in here for the Lions. We have 29:45 to go. 1-0 Chazy on a penalty kick by Josh Barrier. And Joe is the Fish is in Buffalo this weekend. He's gone to see his son David there, freshman in college. I think it might have been parent weekend or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's been texting me.
Is he?
He goes, how many shots per team? He's trying to get stats here as I'm trying to call the game. Let him stay home. You see what's going on.
You can read about it in the paper.
Yeah, he can read about it. He can Google it tomorrow. The 29:02 here left in the game. Chazy leading 1-0. Rabideau switching fields. Up over to O'Connor. Nice play by O'Connor to get by Gay. Sends it up too far ahead of Barrier. Brothers has a nice job from Brothers battling for that ball. And it is Tompkins. Comes to the near sideline over to Gay. Damian Gay for Elizabethtown. Sends it up. And a call by Gravel. And Tompkins was coming out. Once he heard the keeper call for it, he busted for it. And he just was about a step behind. That could have been dangerous. We see a lot of plays develop up here, Calvin. Brothers back over to Gay. Outside his foot to Hicks. And it's cleared out by Brooks. And Brooks has done a great job back there for the Eagles. Or the Lions, I mean. Brothers being battled by Hugh Hartwood. Switches the field, is trying to find Duquette. Gets by Lapierre, but Dorn is there for Chazy. Center of the field over to Brothers. O'Connor to Hicks. Has it knocked away by Decker. O'Connor has it knocked away. Rabdu trying to get to the ball. And ball into Chazy territory, and it is Dorn. And Brothers is playing a really solid game in the air here today for the Eagles. Brothers working his way toward the 18, and coming over is the defense, number 2, Hugh Hartwood. Gay chipping it up, and it just goes over the head of Barrier into the hands of Lapierre, and Justin Lapierre will work his way to the 18. And he gets the punt off. Gay one-times it back to trying to find Brothers, but it was picked up by number 5, Gay. And Hicks battling for the ball. And there it's cleared out by Noka Bailey. Trying to find Tompkins. Ball headed back to Dorn. Dorn now goes to the open space up to Brothers. Brothers with room. Trying to find Rabidou, pushes it back, trying to find Barrier, controlled by Tompkins. He sends it up, trying to find Gay. Gay with some nice speed. Nice play by Dorn to knock it away, disrupt the play. Barrier calms it, knocks it to the open field, and O'Connor comes in. With 26:09 to go here in the second half, Chazy leading 1-0. It is Brothers. He chips it up, and there's just been a strong whiff of Mickey fries just came over here. Did you smell that?
Yeah, they got a fan blowing it. They blow it in different directions, so everybody gets it. People come in off the street because they can follow the aroma.
It's a great sales technique. It's called marketing, Calvin.
That's right.
It is.
You got people coming through the woods right here. See this? Oh, they just shut the vehicle right there. Right,
they're there. Okay, yeah.
They smelled something.
We'll see them come through the cornfields here pretty soon, too.
Coming out.
With 25:31 to go here, there was a foul on the Eagles right around midfield. So it looks like Brooks will take the kick.
Rabidou all the way in. Find someone.
And there's the kick by Brooks, headed out by Barrier. So it looks like a throw in here for the Lions, deep into Chazy territory, far side. And there's a throw in outside the box. And cleared up by O'Connor, trying to find Hicks. And Hayden Gay just sends it up, and controlled by the Lions. Toward midfield, Gay or Hicks trying to get to the ball off the head of Denton.
Well done, Hugh.
And Brothers does a nice job battling for that ball. Trying to push it back, and it's Brothers battling. Brothers playing along here, trying to find Gay, but it's picked up by number 8, Denton. Denton has it taken away by Brothers. Morris pushes it back onto the feet of Harwood. And that's a push on Brothers. So 24:04 to go here in the second half. Chazy leading 1-0. 3 shots to 1 favor Chazy.
Balls in land.
And there's the hard kick. Nice play, headed out by Dorn. Over to Hicks. Sends it up, and it's Brooks. Brooks trying to work his way through. And now controlled by Harwood. He chips it up, trying to find the feet of Gay, but it's controlled by the Eagles. Barrier far side over to Duquette. Duquette trying to keep it in, and a good job defensively from White. He comes in to clear it out. So a throw in here for Chazy. Quickly it comes into the feet of Barrier. Josh Barrier working his way down the field. He has it taken away by number 14, Dedham. And that's a push on Dedham. And we have Mr. Garrow and Mr. Tebow ready to check into the game here for Chazy with 22:58 to go.
More central. Get it up. Right, we want to get a piece of it here.
There's a nice feed inside the box, and no, Lapierre was there. Two Chazy defenders, but it always goes to the goalie. If the goalie's there, you can't take him out like
No,
that.
you got to protect that goalie.
Absolutely, you got to protect the goalie.
Right, you stay with me. Did we get it or don't?
And there's the kick to the far sideline, and it's knocked away from Dedham. So it'll be a throw in here for substitutions. We've got Garrow and Tebow going in for Chazy. We have Colton Blades coming in for the Lions. Coming out is Damian Gay. Coming out for Chazy is Duquette as well as Hicks for Chazy. And there's the kick back there, and it'll work its way off the end line, it looks. But some nice hustle by Gay. And it will be a goal kick. But good hustle by Hayden Gay, trying to just maybe deflect it off the defender, but it wasn't going to happen there. With 21:32 to go. But after that goal, you see how the game's opened up here, though, Calvin.
Yes.
We're actually seeing soccer now, for what I consider soccer.
End-to-end soccer
Yeah,
instead
yeah,
of
both
18 to 18.
There's a long shot by Gay. But yeah, you're seeing from both teams.
Yeah. Before it was between the 18s, now it's between the goalposts.
Yeah. You know, I've never been a big fan of that strategy early on. It just more often than not it backfires against you. More often.
Well,
than
the
not.
team that's using it is a team that's the underdog, so it's,
Right.
so you can't say it backfires if it may not work, but it doesn't even mean it backfired because again, it's better to lose 1-0 or 2-0 than 5 or 6-0.
It's better to.
I'd rather lose a close game than get blown out, wouldn't you?
Isn't a loss a loss?
No. Sometimes you lose 5-0. That's a little more humiliating than 2-0.
That's true, I guess. But if you aren't scoring it, you don't have a chance to win.
All right. If the other team doesn't score, they can't win. So that's,
It's just difference in philosophies, I guess. The Brothers goes down, and that's a good no call.
Okay, all right.
And we have a goal kick here for the Lions. So it would be nice if we had the fish take on this nice little conversation we have going.
he'd agree with me.
I think he would.
I know he would, because he knows soccer.
Well, yeah, that's why he's a color commentator, and he's got the insights, right?
That's right.
Anybody can call play-by-play.
Bob kicked it. Fred kicked it. Everybody can say that.
How hard's that? Tommy headed it. I mean, come on, how difficult can this be? Goes back to Doran. We have 19:31 to go here. And here come the Lions. And that's going to be a foul on the Eagles. So here's a wonderful opportunity for the Lions just outside the 18. And I probably should have said it. We got Gravel in net here in the second half. It was Trent Blaze in the first half.
Austin, talk to him!
And Todd
Hey,
Lambert
listen to Austin!
wants to walk it off. So this will be interesting here. Will they try a set play, or are they just going, I don't know. We'll find out. They could probably rip it. And there's the rip. And he rims the corner of the crossbar and the goalpost. right play. I thought that was a really great opportunity, a good call to go for that upper corner. He just missed it. So the Eagles dodged the bullet there. And there's that big booming kick from Brooks. And it will work its way off the, as far close to the end line as you can get. So throwing for Chazy. But that was a nice opportunity for the Lions. And it'll be a throw in here. It looks like Keegan O'Connor will take the throw in here for Chazy. Hits Tebow, back up over to O'Connor. Off of the head of Noka Bailey. And O'Connor with the throw in. Down the sideline. And Gay sends it across. Nice play by Gay to cross it. And it goes off of Lapierre. And I think Rabideau collided with the goalie.
Joel, step to the ball.
And off camera, it looks like Lapierre will be okay, but a yellow card did go to Rabideau.
That's the impression I got, that he was given a yellow.
Because you can't hit the goalie.
No.
And I don't think he really hit him. It was kind of a glance as he was going by. But you know, you have to call it and control the game.
Yeah.
So good call by the officials.
The goalie's vulnerable out there. You gotta
Absolutely.
do what you can to.
Oh, that's a good call. Very good call. And it's Hayden Gay sending it across. Duquette trying to control it. Brothers spinning. Nice job defensively. And that was a hold on Harwood was held by Brothers.
Lucky he didn't get a card for that little shove after the play.
Yeah.
He's done that a couple times.
I've got 17:02.
17:29 when the clock was stopped earlier. Apparently it didn't start on time.
It was 17:02. So we're under 17 minutes now. It's been a low scoring game, obviously 1-0, but not a lot of shots on net. 4-2 favoring Chazy. Tebow chipping it up, but it goes off Denton, and it's Zach Brothers now coming down the field. Brothers trying to get it up over to Hayden Gay, but a good job defensively, and quickly Harwood sends it up. Back there is Doran, and Doran does a nice job. High kick toward the center of the field, goes off of Harwood, and Barrier sends it forward.
Boys, all we're doing is kicking the ball. Relax. Gage.
And we got a throw in here for the Lions,
Now get central, Zach. Quickly, Zach.
and it's headed by Tebow off of the head of Gay to midfield. Barrier with the ball. Up over to Brothers, over to Hayden Gay. Gay's trying to switch fields. And it goes by Garrow. And Tompkins there for Elizabethtown. Chips it up. Going back defensively is Doran. Doran takes it off of the offensive player. So throw in for Chazy with 15:38 to go. And we have Rabideau and Hicks ready to check back into the game here for Chazy.
They weren't there, but go ahead. Fine. I didn't ask for a sub because they weren't there.
And Tebow coming off and Gay coming off. Or actually it's Garrow coming off.
Using up a lot of time.
Yeah, it does. About almost 40 seconds. Throw comes into Brothers. Brothers sending it forward. Goes off the body of Denton. And the foul called on the Lions. So Lapierre will go up there because of his height from the defensive end. And you're going to have Doran taking the kick. He may even ask for 10 to kill some more time.
Joel.
Doran, nice kick inside. And Lapierre coming out, diving out there. Nice play by Lapierre. And Lapierre is a tall goalie, so he's going to take those.
Now you saw the Etown player kind of jump up and
As he kicked it, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, run forward 3 yards?
and I've only seen it called once. My good friend Bill Chase, refereeing at Northeastern Clinton, and my nephew Matt Arnold did that. He gave him a red card.
We're doing that?
Yeah, encroachment, and he says automatic red card.
Oh,
I
my.
have never seen that called any other time. And Bill, a Bobcat fan, making that call at Northeastern just didn't go right, and I told him so.
What did Bill say after the game?
Well, he says it was the right call. It was the right call.
Is Gay working his way down.
Mix them up. Hey, let it run, let it run, let it run.
And out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in here for Chazy at 13 minutes and 13 seconds. If you're just joining the telecast here, it's 1-0 Chazy in this big matchup here in Division II soccer at the George Brendler Field on the 4th of October, 2013. I'm Joey Trombley. On the camera is Calvin Castine, and the Fish Poisson is in Buffalo this weekend. Gone to college during, I guess, parent weekend to see his son David. And it is cleared out by the Lions. Onto the feet of Tompkins, and a foul called on the Eagles. And
It's an extra little elbow that causes that.
both coaches actually can't believe the call was made. Even Bueller goes, I don't know. He'll take it.
Yeah, but it's that extra little elbow that caused that.
Yeah,
You know.
it must be. And this is dangerous. This is dangerous. And Gay couldn't get the shot off that he wanted. And Noka Bailey just booms it out of bounds. So throw in for Chazy with under 12 minutes to go. And the throw-in goes back up over to Doran. Doran's got time. He'll take his time. Nobody's putting pressure on him. Now sends it up over to Brothers. Brothers has it taken away. Nice play by Hugh Harwood. But Bears there chips it up over to, or sends it up over to Rabideau at midfield. And Brooks, who's done a great job for the Lions all night, disrupts that play. Comes to the near sideline of Denton. He sends it up, trying to find the feet of Gay. And the ball comes up over to Hicks. And it's knocked out of bounds by White. So throw in for Chazy with the 11-minute mark here. And it goes back over to Doran. Doran sending it up. And Brooks sends it back.
Smart now. 10 minutes here. Rabu.
Throwing over to Barrier. Barrier pushing up over to nice play by Morris, Joe Morris. And Brothers takes it back. Over to Barrier. Chipping it up. And coming off his line, he's out of the box is Lapierre. But cleared out by Noka Bailey. At midfield, and Tompkins has nice speed. But he chips it up, and it will work its way out of bounds. So a throw in for Chazy as they approach the 10-minute mark. Comes into Lapierre. Alec Lapierre switches fields, comes to the near side to O'Connor.
Not to 15.
O'Connor back to Barrier. Barrier controlling. Barrier keeping the ball on his feet. Sends it up into the open space. Gay going back to get there. And it goes off of number 19, Whalen, Wesley Whalen. So Rabideau will jaunt over there to take the throw in with 9:38 to go here in the game. Chazy up 1-0 on a penalty kick by Josh Barrier. And one thing I've noticed, Calvin, when you go down and you watch Chazy in E-Town, and you watch them here, or you watch, I mean, obviously both teams, E-Town always brings their A game to the George Brendler field. They always play Chazy tougher here than they do at their own home field.
I haven't seen their new field. Is it as big as this?
No.
No.
They still play in that
Okay.
halfway, I don't know where
Uh-huh.
there's like 2 or 3 fields, like almost like cow pasture. But I mean, but that's a big
You're
field.
saying that in a nice way.
I do mean it in a nice way. I mean, it's okay. But you got a beautiful view there. You got the mountains and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And there's the shot, and that goes off.
It's like their golf course there. It just, you can't ask for a better view than a...
Oh, you know what? I never played that course. Cobble Hill, I think. And that was that a foul on, was that another penalty kick?
No. Corner.
Corner kick, okay. So it was deflection. So we have 8:21 to go, a corner kick here for the Eagles. This is their 3rd one of the game. They have not given up a corner kick. Shots favor Chazy 4-2, and they lead 1-0 on the board. Oh, there was a nice feed. Rabbit getting the shot off, and it appears there. Nice play by the goalie. Oh, throw in for Green. Noka Bailey quickly gets it in. Has it knocked away by Barrier. And there's the shot by Hayden Gay, and that was quickly. He was bending it, but I think Lapeer would have been there, but it was a nice surprise shot by Hayden Gay.
Yeah, it was drifting toward the net, no doubt about that.
So Lapeer will take the goal kick here as we have approaching the 7-minute mark. But after that goal, this game opened up offensively for both teams, up and down, as you said, between the goalposts instead of the 18s. Off of the head of Rabideau. And Rogers sends it across. And Lapeer heads it up. Ball coming to the near sideline. It will go out right at midfield. And O'Connor will take the throw in. With 6:41 to go here. And the ball goes off of the Lions. So throw in. Hayden Gay will drop it. Let O'Connor take it. Knocks more time off the clock. 6:25 to go. Gay looking to serve it. He goes all the way over trying to find Ducat. Ducat gets the head on the ball off the goal line, but he played his spot nicely. And it'll be a goal kick here for the Lions of Elizabethtown-Lewis. And there's the kick by the goalie, Lapeer. Barrier knocks it out of bounds. 5:52 to go. Throw in by Wesley Whalen. Off the head of Hayden Gay up to the near sideline. Off the head of Brothers. And went out to the feet of Denton. And there's like 3 Chazy players there. They're trying to separate. They do. Now it goes over to Barrier. Josh Barrier will be challenged by Morris. Barrier takes it to the far side himself. Barrier still with the ball. Going down the line. Knocks it off the defense. So it'll be a throw in for Chazy. So a very smart play by Josh Barrier going across the whole field, knocking some time off, getting to the end line and taking it off of the defensive player. So a throw in for Chazy. 5 minutes to go. They will take their time with a 1-0 lead. And here comes a throw in by Rabideau. Inside the box, off the head of the defense, and Lapeer heads it up, and Lapeer's there. And
You said Lapeer headed it, then Lapeer was there to catch it.
he's that good.
Yeah.
He is that good. He caught his own head.
Right. Well, definitely, Justin Lapeer sounds like he belongs on the Eagles instead of on the Lions. So.
Yeah, I mean, you got Alec Lapeer and Justin Lapeer. First cousins.
Well, they spell their names different.
Yeah, they do spell them different. It's Gay setting it up. And Lapierre heading it to the outside. Nice play by Rogers. Sends it all the way back to Dorn. Chazy will regroup. 4 minutes to go. And Dorn sends a big booming kick up into the offensive zone. And Duquette with the ball. Nice play by Duquette, keeping it in. Has it knocked out of bounds by Noka Bailey. So it'll be a throw-in for Chazy. Rabideau will work his way over. .342 to go here in this game. Chazy up 1-0, and I would never have guessed a 1-0 game on a penalty kick.
That's right.
And Lapierre heading it toward the 18. Ball headed out back to Alec Lapierre. He goes to the far side over to Rabideau. Rabideau trying to split the defense here. Has it knocked away. Lapierre pushing it back. Out of bounds. So throw in here.
Rabideau, take it to the end line. Right, we need to play the middle of the field.
So we have substitutions with 3 minutes to go. And here's the throw-in for the Lions. And Chazy is going to have to defend for the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds here. And Lapierre, big kick to midfield. Brooks sends it right out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for Chazy. 2:34. And it seems like the intensity has kind of, like the last 5 minutes or so, has just kind of died off. Does it feel that way to you too?
Yeah, they just...
Like going through the motions, both teams, it looks like. And it will go off the head of the Lions. Rabideau heads it back. Tommy Tebow into the game.
Most of the guys on the field have been there the entire game. There have been a few substitutions, but not a lot.
So they're probably a little tired here. And here comes number 5, Damian Gay. He's fast. Lapierre does a nice job. And Gravel held his line. So we have Garrow and Hicks back into the game with 1:51 to go. And we have Tebow coming off and Gage Duquette with 1:42 to go. Goal kick for Chazy, 1:27 to go. Kick by Dorn. And the ball chipped up. 17 Blades trying to keep it in. He does. Barrier heading it up into the air. And it is cleared out by the Eagles.
Finish it, Zach.
A nice play by Hicks to shield that ball.
Forward. Forward.
And it is Rabideau sending it up. And Noka Bailey sends it up.
Stay there.
And a nice chip up by O'Connor. 44 seconds to go. Rabideau. Barrier controlling the ball. Barrier.
No foul, no foul.
Barrier with the ball. Foul on Barrier, 28 seconds to go. Brooks looking to take the kick.
Hayden, we don't need a ball here. We need a ball.
Cleared out by Brothers with 10 seconds to go. And this game will come to an end, it looks like. And this game comes to an end, and Chazy wins a hard-fought battle against a very gallant Lions team here tonight. Chazy out shooting the Lions 7-4. They win 1-0 on a second-half goal by the Eagles on a penalty kick by Josh Barrier. And it's all close games this week, Calvin, here at the George Brummer Field.
That's the way we like to see it.
Yeah, they've been great soccer games. Great crowd tonight. Beautiful night. And,
Let's play too.
well, why not?
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful night. But as they're doing the handshake, I want to make a quick appeal. Please support Hometown Cable if you can. Send a donation to 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York, 12919, or go to hometowncablenetwork.com, and you can make a donation through the PayPal account. But this is TV worth viewing, and we want to keep it on the air and support Calvin in his quest to keep the hometown memories rolling here in the North Country. And as Calvin likes to say on this beautiful October 4th, 2013, that's the way it was in beautiful